Geo Metro. This is a 1995. It's a 3-cylinder with a 5-speed manual. I bought it from Corey. Corey bought it from West Power 13. I'll put a link to both their channels. This car has been through some stuff.
Hit it! There's another one.
There was a wreck here, so this is all mangled. We actually cut it up a little bit trying to get this wheel to clear because it would rub. And also this suspension is not happy because got some wobble going on there. We changed the wheel bearing and it was bad, but it's still, there's still something going on there. It's either a control arm bushing or it may, Corey thinks it's a top strut bushing. It's got a tow hitch. I don't know why, but it's got a tow hitch. So the car's name is ET. Previous owner took the M and the R and the O, took them off. So it's ET now, so that's its name. Everything works on it pretty much. It doesn't have AC. The belt, the compressor is locked up, so somebody took the belt off and just left it off. That's fine, it's kind of cold right now anyway. The interior isn't horrible. I mean, it's not great. Whoever had it, one of the previous owners smoked a ton of cigarettes in here, and the dash is all faded and melted here and there. And when Wesley first got it, it stunk pretty bad. I just put those speakers and that radio in it that didn't have that. The speaker and the radio that was in it before was wired pretty crazily. I'll just put it that way. As rough as the car is, it's only got 142,000 miles on it, and it drives perfectly. I've driven it back and forth to work. I've driven it to Walmart. I took it on one small road trip about an hour away. It hasn't missed a lick. It's been a pretty good car in about a week or so that I've had it. The AC controls, this normally controls the fan, but it's now run by a toggle switch. It's on off or high. It's a very minimalistic vehicle. The seat doesn't adjust up and down, and neither does the steering wheel. So the steering wheel is kind of high and you got to drive it like this, and you're short like me. I didn't even think the damn thing had cup holders, but they're actually right here. So it does have that, and it's also got one right here. It doesn't really do much. Of course, it's got an ashtray because, you know, 1995. Let's look under the hood of this bad boy. So here we have a 1.3 liter 3-cylinder that puts out 50 blistering horsepowers of fury. It is fuel injected. It has old school distributor. I think there's some problems with that distributor cap because it runs kind of funny here and there, or it may have a vacuum leak. I don't know. It idles funny, but it runs good. It just idles a little funny. Clutch is a little, may need a clutch within the next, I don't know, 200,000 miles or so. It slips a little bit if you drive it too hard. But just look how cute it is. Like, I could put my hand around the entire cam cover. I can almost put my hand around the entire transmission. So if I ever have to pull this thing out or work on it, it should be easy. And it's very cheap to get parts for these if you can find them, as long as it's not like body panels or something like that, because these cars are a little bit rare. This headlight's just kind of hanging out here. So that's not the radiator, that's the AC condenser, which again, the AC doesn't work. This is the radiator. It's basically a side-by-side engine with a little side-by-side radiator. It's not actually as bad on the highway power-wise as you might think. It's great around the city. I mean, you got to put your foot in it a little bit pretty much everywhere you go because it's only 50 horsepower, but it's actually very drivable. The speedometer goes up to what, 85 or 90. Fastest I've got it was 70. I'm sure it'll do more, but this isn't a car you want to go fast with. This is a car that's meant to get you where you need to go from point A to point B and use very little fuel. In fact, when I took it on that 1-hour road trip, I didn't use, the gauge barely moved at all. And when I did put gas in it, it was almost empty, which the gauge is inaccurate. I put $20 in it thinking it was just gonna, you know, get it to 3/4 of a tank. I ended up having change. It's got a 10-gallon tank. Very good car if you just want something economical and fun to drive because of the 5-speed manual. It had a bra on it right here. I took it off and that's what was under it. The whole car looked like this when before Wesley bought it. He actually did a whole video pressure washing the entire thing. If you want to see that, I'll put a link to it. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and wash this pretty soon. I might paint the rims black because they're a little bit rusty. But that's probably all I'm gonna do to it. I thought about going crazy with it and doing like a blue camo paint job, rattle can paint job. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's missing the passenger side mirror. This one was loose. The screws were just barely hanging on, so I tightened them. So yeah, I think that's about it. We'll take this thing for a little drive and take it to the car wash. See if we can clean it up a little bit. Now I know what some of y'all are probably thinking. Where's the Camry? Don't worry, I still have it. I will always have the Camry. Just, we got this now too. I may keep it, I may sell it. I don't know yet. I like it so far. Anyway, on to the drive. Sounds like a lawnmower when you start it. Got a little belt squeal. Haven't been able to figure that out yet. It's a little loud. Some guy cut the muffler off. About half throttle and it's already up to, well, 45 miles an hour highway speed. Suppose we'll end this video with a little 0 to 60 pull with the little 3-cylinder. Not terrible, it really isn't. I was kind of granny shifting it there because still trying to get used to it. It's been a while since I've driven a manual.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
I actually, when I first got my license, or before I got my license, I was actually learning how to drive just in general in a manual car. So I have a good bit of experience, but it's just been a few years. But yeah, so that's the Metro. Look out for more videos on it. I'm sure there will be plenty of stuff for us to do with it. We got to fix that rear end. Got to figure out what's wrong with why it's idling funny. Maybe do some body work here and there. I hope to keep you guys updated with all that. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This right here is what 50 horsepower of This right here is what 3 cylinders of 50 horsepower. So under here we got a 1.3 or 1.0?
1.3.
Okay. We have a 1.3 liter, 50 horsepower, 3-cylinder